Okay, guys, in this video, we are going to talk about the distance formula. Now, this is an extension of the distance formula that you already know from 2D, which is basically based on Pythagorean theorem. And here you also need to apply Pythagorean theorem a couple of times before you get this distance formula. But here is the way it looks like. So the distance between 2 points, let's just call it D, is going to be the square root, and then we are going to subtract the x coordinate of one point minus the other one. It really doesn't matter what order because we're going to be squaring it anyway. And then we're going to do the exact same thing with the y coordinates. So subtract those, square that, and then do the same thing with the z coordinates. And there is our distance formula. Don't forget to take the square root, just like when you take the hypotenuse. Remember, you take the square root of a squared plus b squared. So similar, very similar stuff has happening here in 3D. Now, you are supposed to put an exact answer. What that means is that decimal values usually will not be allowed. So you will have to figure out what that is the expression under the root, and then just put square root of whatever that is as your answer. Now, I can also ask you which of these 2 points belongs to the first octant. So you should know that first octant is when three coordinates are positive, all three coordinates. So the answer is point P will be in the first octant. All right, so let's go ahead and just compute this. So I'm going to go to Desmos. So Desmos is hiding here under resources over here. So you're just going to click on that and open the Desmos calculator. And then we're going to start subtracting the coordinates. So I'm going to open parentheses, take the first x coordinate, subtract the other one, right? And then square that. Plus -5, subtract 5, square that, plus 6 minus 7, square that. And that gives me 425. So all I have to do over here is just put square root, and I can type SQRT and then whatever number that will be counted as correct. However, if you were to decide to simplify the root, you can, because 425 is divisible by 25. So that could be also 5 square root of 17. So if you want to be, like some of these math teachers, they're so crazy, they just want the root simplified. I am not one of them. I don't care. You can put square root of 425 for all I care, but some of them are sticklers for it. So we simplified.